Hello, viewers. My name is Helen, the third person of Marriage on the Rock and Singles with Purpose, and I have a special guest today to handle this with me. And because we are actually discussing parenting, I want to believe that there are so many challenges that are associated with parenting, especially in this dispensation where we have the Generation Z that does not see eyeball to eyeball with their parents. So I really want her to explain to us. Maybe she can help us in one way or the other so that parents will be able to understand their children who belongs to these categories of Generation Z. So
thank you for this opportunity. First of all, I feel one of the main setbacks for the parents of Gen Z children should be the peer pressure. So most children want to be involved. Nobody wants to be left behind. So most of the time you always see somebody, I want to be in the trend, I want to dress according to what is raining. Nobody wants to lag behind. So sometimes you find our parents a bit back.
They are left behind.
Yes.
Our fashion trends are not as
behind. So then, for this is actually what is trending. I want to feel among with my mates. So sometimes when it feels like that, it feels we are clashing at that moment. So that is one of the things that makes us a bit deviated from our parents. Even with asking for advice too, because we feel they can't give us what we want. And they can't relate with us.
So your generation feels that we parents cannot actually understand you?
Give us full understanding.
Oh, we can't understand you fully?
Yes, because you are not really involved or deeply engraved in that trend, in that setting at the moment. It's just like you are adapting to the new time, but you are not the one that is fully involved with.
Please, can you tell us one more reason why both parents and children are in disparity, like the North Pole and then the South Pole, when it comes to parenting?
Another opinion of mine should have to be with the digital distractions.
How?
Or the digital influence on the Gen Z children. First of all, we have the Gen Z children are more digital inclined. So sometimes you see your parents who have grown up without phone. They will even be giving you an example, like when I was growing up, I didn't have this much time to watch TV. I didn't even have a phone. Meanwhile, we right from secondary school, we are already very involved. We're very, how would I say it?
You are
used to.
Yes, you are already in the digital world.
Some of the assignments I want to do, I'll just ChatGPT is there, no need to crack my brain. Meanwhile, they just see your mom is like, drop your phone. Too much of screen time. You're like,
what is she saying?
What is she saying? Like, this is where literally some people's lives are on their phone. I mean, you see some people, every small thing, just my phone. Some people can't even do with their phone. Me, for example, I actually do most of my work and stuff on my phone. So sometimes my mom is like, calm down, the phone time. Sometimes even when she's like, your screen time is too much, I'm like, I do everything literally on this device. So yes, it's caused a bit of a clash between the Gen Z and their parents.
Okay. But I really want you to believe and then maybe agree with me that too much of the screen time will actually reduce the face-to-face time with each other. So I really want us to be in agreement that there should be like a boundaries, or there will be time for face-to-face connections,
of course.
Of course,
it's something we've adapted in a day, not even once in a week. In a day, you must actually drop your phone. Everybody, just like when we are eating in the dining table, no phones. Literally, you face who you are and you communicate. Then
we laugh together, we tease each other.
You have to remind each other that it is not on the phone. Sometimes I get lazy and you see me messaging my mommy and she's sitting right in front of me, but she has to remind me to actually drop the phone. We are right here. So face me and talk to me.
So and then I think there is another thing that people get involved. There are a lot of things that could pollute the mind with the social media and all of that. There you have so many pornography and so many nude pictures, nude images.
I mentioned before, peer pressure. That's why sometimes you try to want to get involved because what you see online. Some celebrities are even, we see what is online. Yes, you can agree with me. Sometimes what we grew up saying as, oh my god, this is exposed, this is very explosive, it's just so open.
It is now the norms.
It's the norms.
Yes,
everybody just wants to stay
nude, half naked, and all of that.
It's like the trending. So it's just one of the challenges because the parents will have to be able to put their child in check so that as not to want to get involved.
So are you trying to tell we parents that sometimes we need to be strict with our rules and morals and beliefs.
Yes,
and all of
although
that.
strict, you also have to do it not so strictly. Because
Okay.
sometimes when you try to be strict, it only opens more.
It drives you
It only drives the children more
away
into
what we
you
are
want
trying
do.
to stop
Children,
them.
so when you are saying don't do this, you want to know what is the reason why you are saying we shouldn't do this. So at least if you are trying to tell us not to do something, you can't do it too strictly
Okay.
or too
We
rigid.
can't do forceful.
Yes, too forceful,
So we
too
should
rigid. So
try
you have
and
to try to understand
from
first
Okay,
from our
from your
perspective and
perspective.
then from your perspective.
Okay, then we have a blend of
Yes,
the two
a blend.
perspectives.
It should always be a
maintaining
blend.
a balance
Yes.
that is healthy for both
Yes,
child and parents.
You understand? There should always be a blend.
Okay.
That is my opinion though.
Okay.
There should always be a blend because you can't always say we should be too rigid
Okay,
or too.
it doesn't have to be instructions,
Exactly,
instructions.
instructions.
Just
Try to
teaching
understand.
instructions. Okay, hello Generation Z. Do you agree with me that parents can maybe like monitor? Yeah, maybe we can check on you, just bump and then give me your phone. Let me see your browsing history. Then check what you are watching on TV. Check all you are consuming in the social media. Do you agree with me?
Yes, to some extent.
To some extent?
You can't overdo it.
Okay.
Because when you overdo it, you start to over-pressurize the child.
Okay, the
so then
child.
the child becomes more secretive.
Okay, so
At that
hiding
aspect,
things.
then you realize they can download things that can hide or they can hide this. So you have to be a bit more set back, but not also set back.
Okay, what if parents now try to put the right values that will actually be like a guide towards whatever?
Yes,
the
I
child-
feel that
I
is
think-
more better
so
instead
that-
of trying to impose it.
Yes,
with
we
what
should let
child
them
is
know.
doing. Yes,
Like this is what you should not do,
And what you
and
should
what you do these are the consequences,
Consequences,
and then
yes.
all of that. So making this generation to understand the reasons why they should not do something, or the reason why they shouldn't go to a particular place, or the reason why they shouldn't dress in some certain ways is what parents should actually
focus more on
yeah. time. Parents don't have adequate time to sit with their children and maybe watch over them and
Yes.
then know everything they do.
the time of quality time with family. You just have to make it. You just have
You
to
make it happen.
You have to make it happen because
Intentionally.
if you keep on saying okay, they'll give me time, it's not going to
Yeah,
work
the
out.
time might not come
The time
eventually.
cannot come, but you have to intentionally set that time aside. Okay, this is family time.
Yeah, family time,
Then
bonding
exactly,
time.
bonding time because the
Okay,
more you
we
keep
read Bible together.
yes,
we pray together.
You
There are
eat,
times
sometimes you can go out,
we
eat
are
together,
There are times we
anything.
sing together, like all those
Yes,
things.
and funny thing is, any small thing for a child actually counts
Yeah.
because it's helps build them up.
Yeah.
So the more you leave it for the others, people
do
in their
for-
life
yeah,
to
to do
do,
for them.
the more they get influenced. So you have
Let's quickly look at that aspect of over information. Your little brother asking you the meaning for gay,
yes.
because he came across that even in one of the cartoon series.
So I feel what everybody is trying to create a panel to inform
Okay.
everybody, both the young, both the old. Sometimes my mom used to watch cartoon with us because she's like, she can still come across something she doesn't know.
Okay.
And what these information panels are doing recently is to always inform the child. That's why when my 8-year-old brother was asking me what was gay, I was not surprised because I knew he would still come across it somewhere. The only difference is that it came across it very, very early, but it's still something that information. This also has a very bad downside because
many of them get confused.
Aside from
Like,
confused,
yeah.
they can also try to get more information at the wrong places.
Yeah.
Imagine if he asks me for gay and I send him away and
No, you
then
are too still young,
yeah,
too
and then
small.
he goes outside there and asks someone else and somebody introduces him to another thing. That could be very, very challenging
Okay.
to call back.
Okay,
to
okay.
So when I feel information is getting too much, even though if for a young boy to be asking what is gay is, you can't push him away
Okay.
because the more you push them away, the more information hungry they get.
Yeah.
So then you have to at least tell them something to at least calm their mind down that okay,
telling
I
them
have
the right
thing, but
to
in
each
a way,
of their questions.
yes, the right thing, but in a way that is okay for their mind age, for their age bracket.
For the kind of faith that we both share.
Yes.
Like being a Christian, his own perspective, like God,
Exactly.
yeah, what
God guided.
God saying, yes, information. So each time they come to us, maybe with some polluted informations, and then they ask us questions. I think what we should all take note of here is that we should be ready to answer their questions all
Always
the time.
be
Either
ready.
the question is stupid, either it is foolish,
Yes.
either it is senseless or meaningless. We should be ready to always answer those questions in the context of our faith. Yeah.
Yes, and the context of their age brackets. Let us not forget.
Thank you so much, my special guest of honor. God bless you. God bless your home.
Thank you for having me.
Bye-bye.